Hey everyone, welcome back to lesson 86 for those vowel teams for the long O sound. Today is day 2, and we're going to just jump right in. Here's our 4 steps, and let's just kind of review that new concept that we learned in day 1. So we know a vowel team is 2 or more letters that work together to make one sound. The first vowel team we learned in day 1 was OA. OA spells O in the middle of a word, like in the word boat or in the word road. OA can also come at the beginning, like in the word oat or the word oak. Okay, so we have that first vowel team. The next vowel team we learned was OW. OW can also spell O, and it typically comes at the end of a word, like in the word show or in the word grow. But it can sometimes come in the middle, like in the word bowl or the word flown. OE was that last vowel team that we learned. OE spells O. Typically, almost always comes at the end of a word, like in the word toe. Okay, so there's our 5 vowel teams for that long O sound. Okay, let's read these words with me. Ode, road. Yell, O, yellow, yellow. Grow, grow. Toe. Good, cha-ching. Moving on to that word work. So go ahead and grab your whiteboard and marker. If you have a pencil paper, that works too. Also, I haven't been mentioning, but if you have a magnet board with these letters, that also works as well. I just prefer a whiteboard and marker because that's just what works for me and my class. So go ahead and get what you need. Otherwise, you can always use your finger in front of you. The first word we're going to start with for our word work today is going to be the word toad. Toad. Now, if you listen to that word, toad, O comes in the middle of the word, and typically we spell O in the middle of a word with OA. So toad is spelled like this. And we are going to change this word. We're going to change toad to the word load. Load. And if you are thinking, where is that word changing? If I tap it, load, I hear the change at that first sound. So I'm going to erase the T and I'm going to write an L. So that word is load. Good. Next, what I'm going to do is I want you to erase the D off of your board. Erase the D, and then I want you to write an N in its place. Write an N in its place. What word did we just make there? That word is loan. If we tap it, it's L-O-N, loan. Good. Go ahead and we are now going to change the, we're going to move it around a little bit. Okay, now if you don't mind, what we're going to do is we're actually going to switch up that word a little bit. So go ahead and erase the word. And the new word we're going to write is moat. Moat. I also still hear that O sound in the middle, and it's still going to be an OA spelling. Moat is spelled like this. Moat. Moat. Good. Okay, now we're going to do some changing here also. First, we're going to erase the T. What word do we have if we erase the T? Now we have the word mow, except OA doesn't come at the end of a word, so we're going to have to change that spelling of the long O sound, and we're going to change it to OW, because OW spells O at the end of a word. Now we have the word mow, like we're mowing the lawn. Good, okay. Now, what if you changed the word mow to bow? Change the word mow to bow. Where is that change happening? Well, it's happening at the beginning, so we're going to erase the M and write a B for bow. Bow. Good. Now, what would you do to this word if I wanted you to change this word to blow? blow. If we tap it, it's B-L-O, blow. Sounds like there's an extra sound there, and we're going to draw an L right in between the B and the O. Blow. If we tap it out, it's B-L-O, blow. Good. Next, what if you changed blow to flow? Change a blow to flow. I hear that change coming at the beginning again. And I'm going to erase the B and write an F for flow. Now, what would you do, or what word do I get if I erase the F? I erase the F, and then I'm going to write an S in its place. What word is that? If you said the word was slow, you are correct. S-O-O, slow. Good. Next, I want you to change slow to glow. 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 If you erase the S and wrote a G, you are correct. Glow. And last word that we're going to be writing today is, what if you erased the L and wrote an R? What word would you have now? And that word is grow. If we tap it, G-R-O, grow. Good job. Go ahead and erase those boards, and we are going to move on. So that leads us to cha-ching, and we are going to move on to our fourth step for the day, which is our irregular words. So remember, irregular words are spelt pretty different than what we would typically tap out, or what we can't really sound them out. And sometimes they're called heart words because we have to know how to spell them by heart. So that we're going to start with review. The first word that we're reviewing is today. Today. That O is a little weird because it spells It's like a schwa sound, that lazy vowel. Today, today. This word is very, very, and this word ER spells air. Very, very. ER spells air in this word. Like very heavy. The next word we have is above. Above. Now, we've talked before that schwa sound for that A at the beginning, and then we also talked about the O consonant E. When we learned about those exceptions, that O consonant E can spell that sound, like in the words some and done. So that applies here for above, 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 above you, above. Good. This word kind of follows the same pattern there with that schwa sound for the A, and then the last part is mung. That O spells among, among. Good. Okay, we're going to learn some new ones today. The first new one that we are going to learn is this one here. This word is again. So we again have a schwa at the beginning, and then gen. AI does not spell A in this word like we have previously learned. AI spells in this word. Again. Again. Okay? So A-G-A-I-N. Go ahead and pause this video for me and write this word 3 times. Again. Again. Something went wrong. Please try again later. The next word that we have for today is against. So similar to that last one, except we have that st sound at the end as well. Against. Against. A-G-A-I-N-S-T. So we have that schwa at the beginning, and the A-I spells that again instead of that long A like we would like. So against. Against. Go ahead and pause the video here and write this word 3 times, please. That leads us to cha-ching, and we're going to move on to that connected text. So we're going to start off with reading some sentences. First, I want you to try to read the sentence in your head. Go ahead and pause the video if you need a little bit more time, but read the sentence. I am just taking a peek here, and I notice some of our new concepts, like in the word row. OW at the end of a word spells O, so that word is row. I also see the word boat with OA and coast with OA. And I see our new heart word again at the end there. This sentence is, he will row the boat to the coast again. The coast is like the edge of the land. So if you go to California or if you go down to Florida and you see the ocean, you're on the coast. He will row the boat to the coast again. The next sentence is here. Go ahead and pause the video and take a moment to read this by yourself. As I'm taking a peek here, I see our OA in the word coat. Coat, like a jacket. OA spells O. I also see a few heart words, very, the ER in very spells air, and I also see today. The sentence is, take your coat with you. It is very cold today. Take your coat with you. It is very cold today. Good. Last sentence, super quick, is the coach asks Joe to play a game against Tom. The coach asks Joe to play a game against Tom. There's that new heart word there too. Okay, we're going to spell a sentence here pretty quick. The first sentence, or we're just going to spell one today. The sentence I want you to spell is going to be, throw me the ball, coach. Throw me the ball, coach. Repeat after me. Throw me the ball, coach. Let's count that sentence. How many words do we have? Throw me the ball, coach. There's only 5 words in this sentence, so we only need to draw 5 lines to help us remember that we need to be writing 5 words. Throw me the ball, coach. Now we have to remember that we always start a sentence with a capital letter. So that first word is throw. So we're going to start that sentence with a capital T for throw. Throw me the ball. You should be writing this sentence too. Coach. And we always need a punctuation there at the end. Throw me the ball, coach. Now this one is a little tricky because we actually need a comma after the word ball. Throw me the ball, coach, because I am asking my coach to throw the ball to me. Throw me the ball, coach, period. Good. Go ahead and erase your board, and we're going to move on to our decodable text. Okay, so our decodable text for this lesson is called A Trip to the Coast. Now remember, a coast is like the edge of the land. So if you go over to California and you can see out into the ocean, or even in Florida, you can see out into the ocean and you're on the coast, the edge of the land next to a big body of water. So as I read this first time through, I want you just to put a finger in the air every time you hear the long O sound, okay? So for example, with the title, A Trip to the Coast is what you would do. Harvey owns a big yellow boat. Every summer, he takes the boat on a trip to the coast. This time, he wants to bring his friends, Layla and Joe, with him. There is just one problem. Layla cannot swim. Layla must be able to swim if she wants to go on the boat. And actually, go is one of those words too, that long O sound. Layla started swim lessons to grow her skills. She even got a swim coach to teach her. She started slow, but Joe helped her get better. After 4 weeks of lessons, Layla could swim. Now, oh, that's an OW, but not an O sound. Now she could paddle, kick, and float all by herself. Layla showed Harvey her skills. Harvey was thrilled. The next day, Harvey and Layla and Joe set sail to the coast. We're going to read that again, and this time I want you to read the long O words in this story, okay? So I'm going to read, and then I'll stop and I'll let you say those words. So for example, in the title, a trip to the coast, you would say coast. Okay, so let's get started. Harvey, every summer he takes on a trip to this time he wants to bring his friends Layla and with him. There is just one problem. Layla cannot swim. Layla must be able to swim if she wants to Layla started swim lessons to grow her skills. She even got a swim to teach her. She started, but helped her get better. After 4 weeks of lessons, Layla could swim. Now she could paddle, kick, and by herself. Layla, Harvey her skills. Harvey was thrilled. The next day, Harvey and Layla and set sail to the Good. That leads us to cha-ching. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you guys later. Have a great day.